Real quick, I've gotten questions on how to best practice your game or in-game mechanics, so in this video, I'm going to go over how to deathmatch properly. Deathmatch is notoriously known to be pretty frustrating in Valorant, so let's talk about some unspoken rules to make the game more fun for everybody. Rule number 1, no pre-firing of audio. If you play deathmatch, your audio levels should be low to practice your visual response time. You are not improving by sitting in a corner and pre-firing when you hear someone about to appear on your screen. The same goes for when you are holding an angle and listening for footsteps. Of course, if you play an off angle and pre-fire off audio, you are going to win the fight, I can almost guarantee it. The other player practically has no chance. But how do you improve from that? You don't gain RR by winning a deathmatch. However, you have everything to gain by practicing your visual reaction time. So just lower your audio, play some music, and have some fun. Rule number 2, no camping. This one is kind of self-explanatory. The purpose of deathmatch is to get you used to all of the maps and all of its angles, and by all of them, I mean all of them. By camping in one spot, you are limiting yourself to only practicing that one spot. Instead, move around the map. Make those uncomfortable angles and positions more comfortable by practicing them more often. You never know when you're going to be in a certain situation, so it's always good to be practiced in every situation. Alright, so those are the main 2 rules of deathmatch I think all players should follow. Now let's move on to some tips you can use to make sure your time in deathmatch is used efficiently and that you are actually practicing to improve. There's a reason why deathmatch involves all the maps in Valorant rather than just using one main map. It's so you can practice all the angles on all the maps and get used to all the different elevations or positions that players can play. So make sure that when you're moving around the different maps, pre-aim where you would normally pre-aim in a real competitive match instead of brainlessly wide swinging and trying to flick on the target. That can be counterintuitive and actually make you a worse player by creating bad habits that you bring into your ranked games. So make sure you take fights properly and enforce good habits rather than bad ones. If you haven't watched my video on how to improve your aim, I highly recommend you watch that and apply that video into a deathmatch. Deathmatch is also a great place to practice proper movement, as each game is on a different map and you are always spawning in a different place on the map as well. So use that to your advantage and get used to the places you find to be personally awkward to move around. At the end of the day, Deathmatch is a simulation of constant 1v1s, so it's a great game mode to address the weak points of your gameplay. For example, if you have a bad habit of spraying with a Vandal, Deathmatch is a great place to get rid of that habit by only tapping whenever you see somebody, whether they're close or far away. Or on the other hand, if you find yourself missing a lot of your bursts, you can practice only bursting the enemies no matter how far or close they are. Or if you want to dial in on your movement and want to be more comfortable with moving around the map, Deathmatch is also great for that as well. In a competitive game, you only get one life around, so it's very inefficient to drill down on your weaknesses as you often die and have to wait until the next round to try and improve again. You'll probably lose RR that way as well, which we definitely do not want. However, there are no rewards or repercussions for winning or losing a deathmatch, so the end result literally does not matter. Sure, dying 5 times in a row can be frustrating, but at the end of the day, what is your goal? To get better, right? In order to get better, you have to be okay with losing in the short term to focus on your weaknesses so that in the long term, you become a better player. So use deathmatch as a way to hone in on your weaknesses in a way that cannot be replicated by any other game mode. You can tell by all these clips that I don't mindlessly just run around in deathmatch and brainlessly aim at players. I actually consciously think of how I'm moving, the keys I'm pressing, how I'm pre-aiming an angle, where I think the enemy is going to be, and always being prepared to take a fight. That way, when I go into a game, I have the proper muscle memory to take on a fight correctly, and I don't enforce bad habits. That's all for today's video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe so you don't miss my weekly Sunday uploads. If you have any video topic suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to new ideas and new topics. At the end of the day, I'm here to help make you a better player. So let me know. Until next week.
Stay with me, little bitch. Yeah, you know that I'm your man. You be capping like a snitch. No